Hello. Hey guys, and welcome to Greenlight. My name is Jovanni Santos. We're doing this again, another live stream. So today we're talking about the top 10 filmmaking YouTube channels. So these are ones that I like a lot. My son's asleep, so I don't know how much time I really do have. But I wrote down a little list here of it's not necessarily like I'm going down a top 10 list exactly. I'm gonna give you in the order of these categories of pre-production, production, and post-production. Okay? So, alright, the first one is indie film hustle. So, because it falls under these categories for certain reasons, and it pops up again in other categories as well. So indie film hustle, there's things for pre-production and things for production, and not as much in post. He talks about some like post theories and stuff like that. So there's another one, D for Darius. He does a lot of production and theoretical thought in your storylines and how to, go about it as a director. So then we also have lessons from a screenplay. Now, lessons from the screenplay is basically only they base themselves. Well, he bases only himself on the screenplay. So he'll talk about just the storyline and like what characters, how characters interact with each other and stuff like that, and why they do what they do, and all that stuff, and why the director has certain actions happen right on cue with certain dialogue. So, and then the next one is CinemaTyler. So CinemaTyler does a lot of video essays though, and he does a lot of things with Stanley Kubrick. I like Stanley Kubrick a lot. He did one recently about Clockwork Orange. Haven't really gotten into all that as much, but here we go. And then here's another one for production. We have Film Riot, cinecom.net, Evan Carmichael, and YCImaging. Now, the reason why I have Evan Carmichael in here is similarly because Indie Film Hustle does this for me as well. Inspiration helps you kind of get through the project. Film takes time. It takes time to make a feature film happen. So you gotta basically get what you can, when you can get it. And sometimes when you do micro budget films like that, it could be a little it can get to you as far as just your want and your ability to, it's like it just will bring you down emotionally while you make your film. So it's just hard to get through the next one. So sometimes to get through one task or another, so you can get that first film out of the way, all those tasks would just be a lot easier down the line. The more films you make, the more projects you create, and you continue with those type of lessons that you learned from film school, and or here on Greenlight, or with these filmmakers that I'm listing out in here. So talking about these production ones, so Film Riot, real quick. Film Riot is a lot like what I like to say, like cinecom.net. They do a lot of post-production stuff too. So you see how they go from production into post-production as well. So they both, cinecom.net and Film Riot, both release videos about tutorials Premiere, Adobe Premiere tutorials, and how-to videos on, like basic effects, in-camera effects, how to in-camera edit sometimes, there's little things like that, like film fan stuff. So they do that. Now, what Film Riot does differently than cinecom.net is that cinecom.net does all those things, but the one thing they don't do is I think my mic was coming in kind of hot. Alright. One thing that they don't do here is they don't do short films, basically, like Film Riot. I'm not saying like that's a problem. They're going to do that very soon, actually. Their tutorials are very easy. They're fast, and they're pretty short. They're basically like that 1, 2, 3 type of thing. I like to say we live in a microwave era. We live in a, everything is 1, 2, 3 kind of deal, and like all how-tos are usually like 1, 2, 3s. So this is more or less like that in the cinecom.net. Film Riot's like that as well with their tutorials, but their their short films that they do behind the scenes for each short film too. So they shoot a short film, they release it, and then they'll release either behind the scenes before the short film, vice versa. I forget how they do it, but something like that. But they have both of them up. So there's a lot of short films on there right now that you can check out and then see those behind the scenes if you're like myself. Now, if you're also like myself and you like music videos a lot, I'm also doing a segment real soon here on YouTube, and it's called the AV Club. So if you check out my Instagram, if you go on Instagram right now, I should have a link below. If not, just go follow the channel, and in my channel I have a link to Instagram, so you can follow the Instagram and check out the logo I have with me and B-Ran. So we're getting ready. We're looking to film a video very soon later on today. But this is a live, so that would most likely get released tomorrow or the next day. There's going to be 2 videos that are going to be released next week, coinciding an album release for those artists. So back into film, actually segueing into YCImaging. So shout outs to YCImaging, love him. Got into him more or less like within a year. Like I've been into him for about a year already right now. And he does a lot of BTS behind the scenes on his music videos. So kind of like Film Riot with the short films, but he does music videos, and it's something that I'm looking to do here with some of my friends. Me and Brandon collaborate a lot on I wouldn't say music exactly, but he produces music for a friend of mine named Jabari King, and his name is J Crown. So he basically has me direct the music videos and all that stuff. So we're planning on filming some behind the scenes. Maybe Brandon will film it or something, so we could have it on here, so you guys could check that out as well. It's something that we do, and we do a lot of like little techniques and stuff like that, little things there, here and there, and then I'll show you, maybe some post-production behind the scenes stuff on how I did certain things. Not really like a step-by-step thing, but something similar to that. I have something similar to that, which I'll put it in the cards up on top. And it's about different effects and different tools that I use on Premiere that I like a lot. That is something that is usable over time. So I explain what you can do with these effects. So I recorded a session of mine, just editing something that I did there really quick with an old music video, and just showed you kind of what I could do with tech, not what I could do with, basically what you can do with these texts and stuff like that, and some of these tools, and then get an idea of what you can do with that. If you have a lot of idea, like if you have your mind wrapped around Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, and any Adobe Premiere products, but basically like Photoshop type of stuff. If you need a free Photoshop, I used one today. It's called Pixlr. I'll link it down below as well. Also, this program that I'm using now is OBS Studio, so I'll put that in links down below. And then the next one here, so after that, now we go into post-production. Post-production, like I said before, a couple of them trickle down into post-production. So I'll have this broken down like this here. I'll have it broken down here. In the description below after this live. So come back and I'll have it there. So please subscribe, come back and I'll have that written there. I'm just doing this live. This is how it is when you have a kid sometimes. But you can see here kind of where I'm going, and you can freeze frame it whenever you feel like it, rewind wherever you're at right now, and do that. So the next one is post-production. So post-production, like I said, some of these trickle down. So again, I would bring down Film Riot, cinecom.net, and YCImaging over into post-production again. They all do tutorials and effects and stuff like that. Some of them, they do a lot of practical stuff that you do on set. Not saying like this is now in like post-production, this is what you do on your computer, but a lot, like a good 80 to maybe as low as 70% of each of their channels is, is mainly like post-production editing on the computer, just so you know. So there's that. And then basically what I use post-production here is marketing. Marketing is something that a lot of filmmakers don't know too much about. It's not taught in film school too much. I went to the LA Film School down in Hollywood here. So basically, it's not, at the time that I was in there, they didn't have that course and that ability to make it into a business. They had a business entertainment class. They had it after I had left, so it is what it is. You gotta learn on your own kind of thing. So if you're like myself and you watch these type of YouTube channels and you're watching this video, then you're very much like myself, so you want to check these guys out. Alright, so with that being said, so now in post-production, we're talking about the marketing side. I already mentioned the ones that trickle down, so you can learn post-production effects with After Effects and things like that. I'll give you another one after that, free program here. So wait a little, like towards the end of the video, if you want to, or actually, I don't know why. Just go in the description right now and check it out. I have it in there, and I'll tell you the name of it. But just wait in a little bit, and I'll tell you. So the first one is, we're talking about marketing here, is Think Media. Okay, Think Media is basically just like a lot of videos that are on here right now that are here to help you create videos to help others on YouTube. So I'm here to help you become a better filmmaker. So it's a little bit different in that aspect. You being a filmmaker, we do create fictional stories at times and stuff like that, or documentaries, but we create projects. Something like this is an occurring thing. It's like fashion. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So, which is why I have taken to this platform, and it's a lot of fun so far, especially with these programs and stuff like that, which could help you create your TV show, or maybe you have you're interviewing people around in the area or something like that, you could do stuff like that. Or you know, you're interviewing your friends that are trying to, you know, come up in the world of entertainment or creating games or something like that, or really good at gameplay. So that's Think Media to an extent. The guy there, his name I think is Sean, and he basically teaches you a lot about like SEO and stuff like that. So there's a video here too, so I'll probably put it in the cards or actually in the screen at the end. I'll probably just have it over here somewhere in the screen at the end of this live. When it's done recording and everything like that, I'll put it in there. So yeah, basically I used a vidIQ. Oh, I think that's Logan. I think he's waking up. So I use vidIQ and TubeBuddy. So I use them both. There's some people that are more advocates of one or the other. I use both. They help you out with your SEO and they help you rank for certain words and stuff like that. So right now I'm going through a change on this channel. The last video I just released right now is also like a live stream like this, and I did it fairly quick, and I'm going to do it regularly every week, and that is about Blu-ray and DVD releases. So but I'm going to basically focus a lot of that on trying to show you the artwork, try to show you or tell you how many discs, you know, are coming in that Blu-ray or DVD or whatever have you, and then how many documentaries are on there, like how long are the documentaries and all that. So so there's that, like I'm plugging myself. So these are the things that you'll learn with Think Media and all these guys. So here's another one too. Is Gary Vaynerchuk, but it's GaryVee. So Gary and then VEE. All right, put it all one word and you'll find him. He is a social media marketing guru, like to the max. Let's see. But I mean, to the max, bro, degree. Like, let's see. He owns the Jets. He teaches a lot about Instagram and how to level up on there, and give you a lot of like YouTube tidbits on, you know, leveling up your business on social media in general. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. So you can check him out on LinkedIn too. LinkedIn, he's killing it. And I've been thinking about that a lot and trying to go in on a different route with it. Maybe not so much with Greenlight, but maybe with my business of Angel Dust Filmworks, since that's growing. So I'll have that and more on there on LinkedIn with all that. But I'll have more on here with that later. So this is where I spill my guts. So basically this is where I tell you guys everything of what I'm, you know, up to, and, you know, all the things that, you know, like films that I like, if anything, or whatever. If I end up saying it or whatever, if you guys want to know, let me know in the comments. And in the comments below, like I'll answer it, and I'm very, very responsive on it. Look, I even have all my notifications up. See that? And then I got like Instagram right now is booming right now. Instagram, cause I just released the new logo and a picture of me and B-Ran. So so with that being said, we're gonna move on here. Logan is awake, so we're gonna let's see here. So please, if you guys can help me out, I would really appreciate it if you guys start subscribing right now down below. And then all right. He's talking in the background. So, wow, I kind of wanted to go through here with you and actually show you guys this and see what you know, what kind of stuff I can, you know, show you that I find on their channels and stuff like that, that I could go to them really quick and give them a shout out. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. So at the moment what I'm going to do is basically just, I guess, plug this here. Logan's waking up. Alright. So please subscribe, guys. I'll be having this show coming soon, AV Club, which is coming very, very soon. And then I got my son here. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. I hope that all this gets to you well here. Let me see this thing here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard the you know, my little, what it's called, the stinger, so my logo and all that stuff of Greenlight. But I really appreciate all this, and we will I will most likely be back here tomorrow, and I'll have this list of people on here. I do want to give one last one. I guess it did fall into the end here. I'm sorry, Logan. Is Blender. And Blender Guru. So I'll have it linked, all the links down below, and I'll have it listed out like this: pre-production, production, and post-production, and I'll have them doubled up as well for the ones that trickle on in there. So I'll have it all in there before the day is out today, before the afternoon, most likely right after this. But the last one is Blender Guru, which I'll have a link to Blender itself next to OBS Studio, which is the program I'm using, this live program here. And then I guess I should have links with all the equipment. But Blender Guru it's a free program. Blender is a free program. So you can do After Effects stuff and 3D imaging. You can sculpt models. You can do everything. You could basically be your own Pixar in your own house, Walt Disney, whatever you want to do, whoever it is that you are. But me and Brandon actually have been playing with it, and we want to, you know, learn more about it. So you might end up seeing some stuff here, especially here on Greenlight with the filmmaking side here. Like, seriously, it's just gonna be it's gonna be crawling with it. We're gonna be talking about it here and there and things we do with it. So there's like stuff like motion tracking, compositing. You can do video editing. You could do what else? Modeling, sculpting. You can create a whole world in there. It's crazy. It's extensive. Now check these YouTube channels out as well. There's a Blender YouTube channel. That's why I said Blender. And then Blender Guru is the guy that I'm watching. He's teaching me basically how to make a donut from out of nothing, in a way, out of shapes and stuff like that, and how to sculpt and do things like that. So with all that being said, please subscribe and let me know what your thoughts are and what you think about these channels that I gave you and how they're helping you, and how am I helping you. So if I'm helping you, please put that in the comments. And if they are helping you, I want to know. If they helped you because I brought you to them. Maybe you found a video that was right up your alley. It wasn't this video, but maybe it was one of these guys' video. you know, and that's what I'm here for. That's what they're here for. That's what we're here for, to help all of us. It's the community. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.